Yes, we have here again Pastor Keran Stewart. If you've been following our series, you'll be familiar with him. And our mini series on work. And I say mini because we do very short videos looking at individual aspects of what a Christian needs to learn in terms of work. As the very first introductory video said, you might have watched it, so let me just repeat. We have a chronic problem with work attitude, not only from persons who are not a part of church, but a lot of church people are showing some of the very same problems. They're entering from, as we call it, the world into the church. They have the same problems, they haven't changed them, and sometimes they don't even understand the importance of changing their attitudes. So we're doing a whole series on work with a hope that we'll be able to break some of the strongholds that bind our young people and make them unable to earn for themselves. Now we have you again, and we did a video, and at the end of it you mentioned one of the challenges of work for you has been what we call tyrannical bosses.
Yes.
Bosses that really are like tyrants. They give you a really rough time. I remember I mentioned in that video that is one of the big issues of work. You'll have very bad bosses. And we were looking at what should be the Christian attitude. We did mention some things then, but now I want to highlight some scriptural references to how we should, what our attitude should be. And one of the first ones I want to mention is Matthew 5 verse 5, which says, "Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth." And meekness, very early in my Christian life, I learned that meekness and weakness are not synonyms. That meekness, to me, the best definition I've ever heard is power under control. So meekness is really power under control. It's controlled power. It's not saying that you're weak and you can't do anything about it, but it's saying that I choose not to do anything about it. I choose to follow what the Bible says I should do. That's meekness. And so when you hit up on a very tyrannical boss, instead of showing your power, I can't even know what my brother, I can't even know what we can't do, Instead of that attitude, you take the meek route and you decide, something, I'm going to show a Christ-like approach to this problem. I'm going to pray, I'm going to wait on the Lord. I'm not going to be rude. I'm going to submit to my boss because they are my boss. So that's meekness. Another scripture speaks to it. It says, if anyone, it's Matthew, by the way, the meekness scripture is Matthew 5 verse 5. This other one I'm going to read is Matthew 5:41. It says, if anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with them 2 miles. And these are scriptures. This is what we're called to as believers. Here's how we're called to walk. If they ask you to go 1 mile, go 2. If they ask for your shirt, give them your coat as well. And to me, that work context is one of the places that you can exert that scripture.
Extending yourself.
Yes, extending yourself beyond even your call of duty.
Yes.
You have some persons 3 o'clock come, I will leave me done. Yes, boss might ask you to do something. No, me not do it, me not do it. Sometimes God would want you to do it to show a Christian love.
Yes.
Right. Now, a third scripture is the one you have there. Ephesians 6, 5-7. Will you read it for us, please?
Sure. It says, slaves, obey your earthly masters with respect and fear, and with sincerity of heart, just as you would obey Christ. Obey them not only to win their favor when their eyes are on you, but like slaves of Christ, doing the will of God from your heart. Serve wholeheartedly as if you were serving the Lord, not men.
Listen, God calls us to work as if we're working for God. So your boss might be tyrannical, your boss might be horrid, insultive, rude, oppressive, but God is saying, guess what? Do the job as if I am your boss.
Yes.
That to me is when you have to master that. But there's an aspect of all that I would like to highlight, and that is that a lot of times when workers, especially younger people, think that your boss is all wrong. Sometimes your work is all wrong.
Yes.
You know that?
Yes.
But you're not mature yet to appreciate it. So I do realize you have tyrannical bosses, tyrannical co-workers, but you also need to appreciate that you're young.
Yes.
And so a lot of times as you go on, you say, you know something? The boss was wrong, Especially when you become a boss.
And you understand now.
Right. That's one thing I want to highlight. The other thing I want to highlight is that sometimes you can learn even from the tyranny of the boss. I remember once, early in my days, I had a boss. And that lady, regardless of what you wrote, because we used to write projects, regardless of our letters, whatever, she'd send it back like 6 times to correct it. They were all marked up. But as a result, I've learned to be so perfect in what I write.
It improved you.
Yes, it improved me. She might have been a little too much, but it has left in me a legacy of trying to be very perfect in how I present myself in writing. And so we can benefit even from bosses that are hard, right? So we need to know that. So I'm going to end here and say thanks again for coming and sharing with us.
No problem.